What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this one, I'm going to be talking about the one and only Tesla stock and answer the question: can Tesla soar past $1,200 a share with the new grand opening of the Giga Texas? Are we actually able to break all-time highs? What could actually confirm that? What do we need to do to actually make that happen? And where do I see the share price going? Now, before I answer that question and talk about the macroeconomic situation of our economy and stock market, I do have to mention a couple of very important things. First, the first thing is I'm not a financial planner, so please do not take this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. Not only benefits me, benefits the entire Tesla community as a whole. And the last thing is, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull and deposit any amount of money, whether it's $1 or $1,000, it's really up to you. You're going to get up to 5 free stocks. That's 5 free stocks, each worth up to $2,000. Once again, that's free money, and this is a limited time offer. It ends in just a couple of days at the end of March. So if you want this chance, if you want 5 free stocks and free money, check out the offer down below. Deposit any amount of money, whether it's $1 or 1,000, and you will have your chance. Please check that out, guys. With that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So looking at Tesla, we could see some very, very interesting things right over here. Now, at the time I'm recording this, this is starting to show the retracement, or at least some signs of a potential retracement, based off what I was saying from before. And what happened is we went to our high of 1040, and now we're getting hit by higher levels of resistance, and we are starting to drop. Now, in order for this thing to explode, right, and soar past all-time highs or break past 1200, this is what I want to see first. Now, the market's open right now at the time I'm recording this. If this thing drops, we're going to want this thing to first drop a little bit. And we have to find, where is that support? Where are we holding up? So for the short term, there aren't too many like super bearish catalysts coming out. I think the market is kind of like in a position to see a bit of a pullback, which is totally fine. That's fine. It's healthy. It's kind of like, I don't know, building a foundation for a building, and you want to gain support at a higher level before you continue to build another floor. So what's happening is, instead of our strong support being at like the 800s, the 700, it's going to move to a higher level. And that is what we want to see. But we need to know, where is this thing going to hold up first? That's the first thing we need to like confirm before we continue to move to really high levels. So here's what I'm seeing right now. So right now we're starting to retrace, but we haven't gotten that full, retracement that we want to see to find support. And there aren't too many things that could really rug pull us. So this is the Fed's list of meetings, their calendar, and they have another FOMC meeting. I believe it's going to be on May 3rd through the 4th. So I don't see the Fed necessarily rug pulling us or causing anything too severe. There is one thing that happened right over here, and we're seeing lots of global tensions kind of playing out involving Saudi Arabia, and it may actually affect the price of energy here and there. So there are things happening that are kind of affecting, the price of commodities out there, the price of goods, and inflation. And as a result, we are starting to see Jerome Powell state some very, how should I say, hawkish things. I don't think he's going to just crash the whole market, so to speak, but there is the possibility of a 50 basis point rate hike coming. So if he does do that, and if we do enter a recession, the way this may affect Tesla is, it's such a strange stock, because this thing could run like as if it's a penny stock. I've stated that many times. This thing runs like crazy, despite the fact that it's $1 trillion company. And at the same time, it can drop kind of hard too. But it dropping is typically not as hard as it like running up. So from the way I see this is, if we enter a recession, and even if it were to start like in a few weeks, Tesla, in my opinion, will temporarily be a hedge to that. And I don't think it's going to be a perfect hedge in the future towards like the later months of the year. I do think it could drop a little bit, but it's not going to drop extremely hard or as hard as other stocks. And I also think, like I told you guys, this thing could drop, and that's totally fine with me. Look at how fast this thing could run up. In just a few days, this thing will go from the 700s all the way up to 1,000. Like, that's my point. It's not your typical stock. This thing could just run right back up very, very quickly. So don't be too worried about any potential downside if we do enter a recession. Even if we do drop a little bit, I don't think it's going to be as severe as some people are expecting it to be. But when it comes to this stock, okay, this is what I'm noticing. So I don't see any clear gaps right over here. Is this a gap? It's a little bit hard for me to tell. hold on. At the 2 hour time frame, this it does not look like one. It doesn't look like a gap actually. So I don't necessarily see any gaps that are too bad. I could be wrong though. My eyesight's not perfect, but this is what we want to know about Tesla, okay? When this thing hit its high, its temporary high of 1040, that's where we got like the high resistance that started causing us to drop a little bit, and now we're getting hit by higher resistance. So what's happening is as we get rug pulled, I want us to hold certain levels to really confirm that we are in a better place. So this is like the time in which the rocket is refueling for us to continue the run because we have the Texas Gigafactory grand opening party in just a couple of weeks. This is going to be massive for Tesla stock, and I do think that this is a catalyst that can actually push us up again. So in order for us to actually hit 1,200 or very high levels, we have to hold up very well in this range. We shouldn't drop way too hard because what's happening is, yeah, we could run really hard, but the higher we go, the more resistance we're going to be hit by. So, for where I see this going, if we hold, I would say the $960 to $950 really well, and we could dip maybe a little bit below that if we do drop or even harder. But if we hold in this like mid $900 level, maybe a little bit below that, if we hold very well, we bounce off that when we trade in this range for the next maybe week, we're going to be in a very, very good position for the grand opening. So, what I'm saying is, I only want to see this thing drop maybe at the most 45 to $60 at the most, right? Before we get that big bounce, before we start to run, before the grand opening starts. Because if the grand opening is like really good, if we respond very positively, we could easily soar past 1040 to maybe the 1100s because this thing could just soar like crazy, right? And we also see, potential short squeeze momentum that may even continue if we see a big uptick in the volume. So looking at the future, right? Looking at the way this could really play out, if we do end up holding this level, we could soar to, I would say, the $1,100 range or even higher than that if we keep on pushing up. But we have to gain that strength. We have to gain that support first in order for us to get there. So can we go to 1,200? It is actually possible. Yes, I do think it's very possible for us to push past that if this news is that big. But the problem is, are we actually going to break all-time highs? And that's actually, it's impossible to tell right now, right? No one truly knows that, but it's very possible for us to get close there if we do push that hard, which is, with Tesla, you never know. It could really push that hard. So as long as we hold up pretty well, the moon is the limit. In fact, there may be even no limit for this company, and we could just keep on going and going. So, yes, it is very possible for us to hit 1200, but we have to hold very, very well. We don't want us to just drop too hard, and we have to show the strength that we need before we consolidate. So, we need consolidation. We need a healthy pullback. We need to find our support at a good level. I would say the mid $900 level, and we have to hold very, very well before the grand opening starts. And that, in my opinion, is going to be massive. So thank you for listening. I'm very excited for the event. I also wish the best for each and every one of you listening. So never ever quit on your dreams. Never quit on Tesla. Give it the time it needs, and you should be prepared. So thank you for listening. Enjoy the weekend, and I will see you guys in the next one. Tesla to the moon, and peace out.